everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing the background on this picture from Hanna Karlzon's book. So what I'm going to do is do like a greeny colour down the bottom and then into like a blue on the top, and I'm going to do it like I think they call it like a boho style, where they leave like the little white circles in the background just to break it up and make it look a little bit different. So this is going to be the last part of our colour along, so if you've missed any of the previous videos you can catch them on my channel. So the first colour that I'm going to go in with is 076, so this is quite a light green colour, and I'm going to start this at the bottom and work our way up, and I'll zoom you in so that you can get a better look. So what I'm going to do for like these little parts here, I'm just going to go ahead and fill these in with the green colour because they're so small that we're not going to have any space to add any extra details to them. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that for these little bits down here. Okay, and then as we come up we can start to add in like the little white sections. So what I'm going to do is just sort of go around and leave like little white circles in there. So like here I've just left like a little half circle because obviously the space isn't that big. So that's what I'm going to do, just sort of leave little white bits on the page so that it breaks it up and it's not all the same colour. So we'll do the same in here, and I can leave a little circle in the middle and then go ahead and fill in the edges. And then here, this is quite small, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill this bit in. So here I'm going to leave one there so that we've got like a little bit of white there, and then I'll go ahead and fill this section in. So I'm just using light pressure for this as well, just so that we can sort of mark out where we want everything to be. So for this section up here, I'm going to go ahead and leave the circle under here so that we can see there's a circle there, and then fill in this bit around it. And I think I'll leave one here as well so that we've got like a half circle there. Hopefully this is showing up on camera for you guys because it's quite light. And then I'll go ahead and leave another circle in here. Next I'm going to go in with 042, which is a bit of a darker green, and we're just going to go ahead and make these stand out a little bit better. So for example, anywhere that I want to be a little bit darker, I'm going to add a bit of this colour just to darken it up a bit. So these little bits in here I think would be darker, so I'm going to go ahead and just darken this up in between these little bits of grass. And down here we'll add a bit of shade. And then you can do the same with this colour, so sort of I'm adding a bit here but then leaving a little bit of white there, but it won't be white, it'll be the light green that you see through. So we'll do the same over here, darken this bit up. So I'm just filling in this section completely. And then I'm going to add a bit of shadow here underneath this mushroom, and I'll just make a little tiny half circle there. And here this would be darker, so again I'll just do another little white patch there. I'll add some darkness into here. And I'm going to go around this light green one just to really darken this up. And you just want to use light pressure there, and then you can put a bit more pressure just after, and then just lift the pressure to blend this into the lighter green. So up here we've already left one white dot, and then we've got two in this bit. So I'm going to go ahead and darken up underneath this mushroom just to add a little bit of shade, And I'm going to go around this white dot here that we've left and just darken that up a little bit, and then I'll leave that side lighter. Again, I'm going to add some darker colour under this mushroom and just down this side here. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in with 076, which was our lighter colour, and I'm just going to go over this to make sure that it blends together. So I'll just add a little bit more colour here, just to make sure that it's all nicely mixed together. And I'll do a little bit down here as well. And then I'm just going to darken this one up because it's quite light at the moment. So now we're going to move on to this top section here, and I'm going to do this in blues because I want this to look like the sky. So obviously like the green is like the background of like the grass and the leaves and things, and then as we get higher up we're going into the sky area. So I'm going to go in with 038, and this is a really light blue colour, and I'm going to do the same again. So I'm going to add in some colour and leave some white circles in here. Okay, so I'm going to start off up here, and again I'm just going to use light pressure and just leave some white gaps in here. This one I'm going to do at the top of this petal. And you can leave sort of as many white gaps as you want, or you can fill in more if you want to fill in more. I like to leave quite a few, and then you can always sort of fill them in afterwards if you've got too many. But if you don't do enough and you want more, it's going to be harder to get them in. So I like to do quite a few and just leave quite a few spaces with some whiteness so that you can always go back and fill them in afterwards if you don't want them. So I think we'll leave one right here. We'll go ahead and fill in this bit. I'm just going to darken this up a little bit for you because I don't think that you're going to be able to see it very well on camera. Okay, that's a little bit better. You can see it a bit more now. Next, I'm going to go in with 029. Now, this is like a purpley blue kind of colour. And I'm going to go ahead and add some more circles in, but leave the blue colour in the background. So, for example, here, I'm just going to fill in between this petal. And then I'll just make like a circle there. So there we've got like the blue on the inside. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this for a couple more. So I'm going to add this colour here and then just sort of round it off at the bottom. We'll add one here. And we'll do one in the middle. Then going in with 037, this is a bit of a darker blue. I'm going to start to add some shadows in. So under here would be darker. So I'm going to go ahead and darken this bit up. And I'm going to take it over this purple colour. Down here would be a bit darker, so we'll fill this bit in. And then just sort of lift the pressure as you come towards the light blue that you've left. We'll do the same here. Fill this little bit in. And then here where we've added this dark purple, I'm going to go over that as well. blend it all together with the blue. And then I'm going to follow this line all the way under here, because this would be a little bit darker all the way along. And then just lift the pressure to blend this down. I'm going to darken up around this one here and take it down into the petals, and just lift the pressure to come away. And then we'll go over this purple one here, just darken this up a little bit. And we'll go round on top of this purple. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with our lightest colour, which was 038, and I'm going to put a bit more pressure on this now and start to make this a bit more dominant. So I'm just going to go ahead and go around all where we've put the colours and just blend it all together and just leave our little white bits still. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in with our purple colour, which is 029, and I'm just going to go ahead and darken this up a little bit here, because you kind of lost the purpley tinge there. That looks a bit better, and I'll do the same for this one. And add a bit more on this one, and here. And then I'm going to use this purple to fill in this dot here that we've left, and just take it over the blue as well, just because we had too many white dots in a row, so I wanted to break that up and make it look a little bit different. And I think I'm going to go ahead and fill this one in as well with the purple in the middle. Then going in with 037, which is our darkest blue, I'm going to go ahead and fill in this little circle here, just so that that one is a darker blue. And we're going to do the same for this top one, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill this in with the dark blue, and again just take it around the edges to blend it out. And then I think we'll do this one here with the dark blue as well. Okay, so that's how that side's looking at the moment, you guys. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to move on to the other side. This is what it looks like from afar. Okay, so we're going to move on to this side and start adding some of the green into the background. So I'm going to go in with 076, which is our lightest green colour. And again, I'm just going to go ahead down here where we've got these tiny little bits and just put a base coat on these. And this side is quite compact, there's quite a lot of little bits and pieces on here. So we'll have to choose where we put the little white bits a bit more. So I think we'll add one in here. And then the green from the other side is by this mushroom is where it stops. So we need to take it to about the top of this leaf here. That's pretty much all we're going to get in this space. So I'm going to go in with 042 and start to add in some of the darker colour. So under this bit of mushroom here, I'm going to darken up, and in between this grass here. Then I'm going to add some shade under here and in between there. And here where this leaf would cast a bit of a shadow. This bit here would all be a bit darker. A bit in here, a little bit there, just a little bit everywhere. And I'm just going to go around these to make these a little bit more obvious. So now we're going to start the blue colour for this top section. So going in with 038, which is our lightest colour, we're going to start adding this colour in. And the first thing that I'm going to do is go over this green here to get this to blend together nicely. So as you can see, it's just put like a little bit of a blue tinge on that green there. So we're going to go ahead and leave some white circles in here again, and then fill the rest in with light pressure. This one I think we'll leave a little bit of a circle there, and then fill in the rest. We'll leave one up against the side of the mushroom here. Go ahead and add some colour underneath these petals, and I think we'll leave a little circle there. This bit's quite small, so I'm going to fill this bit in, and then I'm going to leave a little one right up against this edge. Okay, here we'll do one there in the middle, fill in around it. So I'm just using light pressure for this, just so that we can get like an idea of where we're going to leave the colours. And then I think we'll do one here on that leaf, and we'll have one going up into the top, I think. So the rest I'm just going to go ahead and fill in with light pressure. Okay, so next going in with 029, which is our purple colour, we're going to add some purpley bits to this. So I think we'll go ahead and add the purple into this section here by this flower. So just go ahead and add this purple colour over the top of the blue, and then just bring it down to about there. And I'm going to add a little one in here, just fill in the edges. So this one's going to be blue on the inside. And then we'll go ahead and add a little one here. Okay, so now we're going to go in with our darker blue, which was 037, and we're going to start to add some darker blues to this. So I'm going to go ahead and darken this one up here, so just around the edge, just darken that up, and then lift the pressure as you come away. I'm going to darken up in here because this would be a bit darker underneath the petal. And again, just lift the pressure as you come away. Here I'm going to add another little half circle and just lift the pressure to blend this out. And I think we'll add one over here and just fill in around the edges of this one. I'm going to take this down and into here as well and fill, oops. So I've just done this one here, and I'm just going to take this colour down and just fill in between the petals with this one. So this has got the light blue behind it. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with 038 and just go ahead and start blending this all out. So I'm going to go over here where we've got the darker colour, just blend that out. And then just darken up here where we've left the little white bit. So I'm going to do the same for all of this. Okay, and then going back in with 029, we're going to fill in some of these dots with the purple colour. So I think I'm going to do this one up here, purple. And this one down here. And this one here. They're going in with the dark blue, 037. I'm going to fill some of these ones in with the dark blue. So I think I'm going to do this one right up here underneath this mushroom. Then just lift the pressure to blend that out. I'm going to fill this one in here with the dark blue. And this one. Okay guys, so next we've got this little mushroom to fill in. So I'm going to go ahead and fill it in with 112, which is the lightest colour that we used for the base of the mushroom. So I'm going to go ahead and do a light base coat on this, and then we'll use the darker colour to add some shadows to this as well. So I wanted to make this match the bottom of the mushroom. So I'm going to go in with 099 and start adding some shade to this. So I'm going to shade these little bits here where the actual chimney would be casting a bit of a shadow onto there. And then I'm going to shade here where it meets the mushroom. Just sort of bring that out at the bottom to sort of curve that shadow around. Then I'm going to go and just deepen up the lines that are on the mushroom. Just darken these up a little bit. And then I'm going to go back in with our lighter shade, which was 112, and just go ahead and fill in the lighter parts just to blend this all together. Okay, so next I'm going to move on to this blue bit at the top, and for this I've chosen 084, so it's a darker blue than what we originally put down. And I'm just going to do the same here as what I did for the bottom. So I'm just going to add in some shade and then leave some circles, and the circles will already have the light blue in, so we won't have to worry about filling them in. It's just so that it can look a little bit similar to what we've done underneath. So this is quite a darker blue, so we should be able to see this. So I'm just using normal pressure so that we get quite a dark colour. And then we'll add some under here and in here to darken that up. And then we'll leave a circle here with the lighter colour. Go ahead and darken this bit up. And then just lift the pressure as you come away to blend this out. And then I'm going to do the same for this side. So I'll just go ahead and do a little circle in there. And then darken up around it. Then going back in with 029, I'm just going to go ahead and do a really light coat on all of these sort of little spots, I presume you would call them, on the top of the mushroom, just so that they've got a little bit of colour to them, but I don't want to do them like with hard pressure. I'm going to add some white highlights to them with a Posca. So this is just to make the white highlights stand out a little bit more when we add it on. So next we're going to go in with the white Posca and we're going to start to add some highlights to the places that we haven't yet highlighted. So for these little spots, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and add a highlight to them. So I'm just going to do, basically go over where the little black line has been added in already. So like here you've got like a little black line on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and go over that. And then the ones that don't have one, I'm just going to add a little line to them, just to give it a little bit of an extra shine. Then for the windows, I'm going to go ahead and add in some reflections. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a diagonal line over the blue area of the window. And I'll take it over the curtains as well, because the curtains is obviously behind the window. So that'll just make it look like it is actually behind. Do the same over here. And some on the top. We'll go ahead and add a little bit more highlight to the ladybug, because why not? Okay, and then for this bit here, I'm going to highlight this top edge because this is where the light would be catching it. So I'm just going to run a line along there. For this bit, I'm going to add a little highlight to the love hearts, so just a little half circle in the top left hand corner. And again, I'm going to add the lines into the window. Okay, so up here I'm just going to add a few little white dots just to break this up a little bit so it's not quite as harsh, and I've just done some tiny ones really, and I'll do the same over here. Then I'm just going to give this little ladybug a little highlight on her back to make her look a little bit more shiny. Okay guys, so this is how the final page is looking. So it's all completed now. So I'll just bring you in so that you can sort of see a little bit closer. So that's all the top bit finished. And then the flowers and the mushrooms. So yeah, this is how it came out. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one.